Good afternoon. Can you hear me? No. Sarah, can you help with the mic? Yes? No. I'll talk loud. Oh, wait. I can talk loud.
They won't hear you on the stream if you.
Okay. Now you can hear me. All right. Okay. Well, it's a snowy but sunny day, and we're so glad that you're here. For those of you that don't know, this is sponsored by Thursday Morning Music Club, and we would love for you to be a part of us. We've been around for 115 years. We're the oldest club in the city of Roanoke, and some of us look it. But we are so glad that you are here, and we cannot wait to hear our handbells. I do want to tell you that the senior club does sponsor 2 junior clubs. The young musicians that play all kinds of instruments, and then we have a footnote group that obviously are dancers. So we sponsor those 2 clubs every year, and they audition in March for cash awards and scholarships that help them to further their music education. So that's a big part of who we are right now, is to promote music for our students. So at an appropriate time, you'll see in the program, we will be taking up a love gift, and all of that money that we collect today will go straight to our scholarship fund. But thank you again for being here, and I'll ask Judy Clark now to introduce our program.
And thank you again for being here on such a snowy day, but thank goodness I see sunshine coming. I'll bet everyone in this room knows the performers better than I do, so I'm not going to take up your time saying that. I just want to say thank you to them for giving their time and their talent and untold practice hours to make a program like this happen. But believe me, I've been on the playing side, and I know whereof I speak. Of course, Debra is the music director at this church, and Mitch is a fellow music director at Raleigh Court Presbyterian. Very talented artists, and we're so pleased to have them. So please join me in welcoming them.
believe it or not, there is a rhyme or reason to where all the bells go. So and between the pieces, I'll have to do a little resetting. The bells have to be in just the right place or the piece won't work. So this next selection is by Vivaldi. I'm sure all of you will recognize a little bit of it. It's from one of his four-season concertos. And I thought since this program was scheduled for February, it was appropriate to play the slow movement from Winter, which is normally played by orchestra, of course, but it works really well on the handbells. Never good when you find a bell and you don't know why it got there. There we go. This is a very well-known hymn tune, the Church's One Foundation. And the thing I love about this handbell arrangement is it uses such a variety of handbell techniques, about everything that a handbell soloist needs to know how to do. It's got some malleting technique, it's got some what we call traveling four in hand, and it even uses the chimes. This next piece, Morning is Broken, has kind of an interesting history. I don't know if you know the history behind that hymn, but it actually was originally, the tune was a Scottish folk tune. And then that was around for who knows how many centuries, right? It was called Bunasan, or Bunasan, depending on how you pronounce it. And then in the 1930s, a lady named Eleanor Farjon from England wrote this poem, Morning Has Broken, and decided, she must have known this tune, and decided that was the tune to sing this hymn to. Well, and it probably would have just remained kind of a British hymn that only the British people knew about, except that Cat Stevens, you all remember Cat Stevens from the 1970s? He did not write this. A lot of people think he wrote Morning is Broken. No, he just knew of the hymn and decided he wanted to record it. And of course, he got a little pushback about that originally, because they're like, you just want to record that hymn? What are you talking about? But it became super popular. And it was very, very popular in the United States. And so now, all these churches have this hymn in their hymnal, and they wouldn't have if it hadn't been for Cat Stevens. So, so you never know how things come about, but music tends to travel around the world, and a good tune like this, and a good text also, tend to have a life of their own. One sec, I got something I still have to move. There it is. I knew it couldn't have gone far. As you know, the pandemic's been difficult for just about everybody, and it's been particularly difficult for church musicians and musicians in general, because everything we do was about making music with people, directing a choir, working with children, teaching lessons, whatever it is that a musician does, performing, live performances, and all of that changed overnight. So it was a very stressful time, and one of the ways I found to de-stress was to delve into doing different things musically. And so I found I was able to write a few solo handbell arrangements during the pandemic, and I picked a couple of tunes that were reassuring to me. So this is an arrangement of His Eye on the Sparrow that I wrote fairly early on in the pandemic. I think in 2020 I wrote this one, probably in the spring or summer of that year. And the reason I was thinking of it was because of the text, because it's, why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows fall? And if you know the hymn, you get to the chorus, and it's, I sing because I'm happy, I sing because I'm free. I could say I ring because I'm free, for His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. One of the tools in a soloist back pocket is to play four in hand, which you saw quite a bit in the previous pieces. And the next step beyond four in hand is to play what we call six in hand, which is 3 bells in each hand. And one of the ways I kind of got accomplished at that, one of the ways I perfected the technique, was just to, sometimes at home, just to put 6 bells together and play songs. I'd pick out songs that I knew, hymns that I knew, or folk songs that I knew, and just play them. And it's amazing how well that got me to learn how to do 6 in hand. So I'm going to play a little 6 in hand improv, just like I kind of do when I'm practicing. And this is on Amazing Grace and How Firm a Foundation, because I just love the way those two tunes go together. Give myself some space here. Now, if you watch that and think, that looks fun, it is really fun, but it takes a little practice. This one uses a lot of bells. This piece is another one I wrote during the pandemic. I forget which one I wrote first. I think I wrote His Eye is on the Sparrow first, and then later wrote this one. Because it's another text of reassurance as things kept going on and on, as we know they have been, right? I needed more reassurance, and It Is Well With My Soul was a wonderful hymn of reassurance. It reminds us that God is there for us, and all we have to do is look. So this is a example of how 6 in hand can be used in an actual piece. This is another one that uses a lot of bells. Now I wonder if Beethoven knew when he wrote his Ninth Symphony that years later, centuries later, that would become such a well-known tune. And it's even in beginner piano books of all things. And I'm sure he never even imagined it would be played on handbells, but there are lots of handbells arrangements of this tune. And this is my favorite solo arrangement of it. It's tricky, but it's a lot of fun to play.
We'll take a little break now, and I'll ask Judy to come up and play us a tune. And I'm going to have our love gift now, and I hope you will understand that everything that we give is for our music scholarship. Thank you, Judy. Appreciate it. And thank you for your generous gifts. I appreciate that too. Before our last two pieces by Debra, look on the back of your program and you'll see that next month we are having Anna Preston, who is a pianist, but more importantly, she is an advocate for a nonprofit which is called Cradling Abundance. This is for ladies in the Congo who make things for their livelihood. They learn to sew, etc. And so she supports this ministry. And so her program next month will be classical pianist as well as playing some music and having her school sing some of the Congo tunes as well. So it'll be a very entertaining program as well as inspirational. So I hope that you'll plan to come next month. Now we get to hear Debra again.
One is so much fun. Of course, that's one a Leroy Anderson tune, and it was one I got to hear a lot when I was growing up in the Boston area because it was a really popular tune for the Boston Pops to play. But it's also written for Handbell choir to play, and then someone came up with the brilliant idea of let's have a soloist play it. Don't know what they were thinking, but it is a lot of fun. So this is our last piece, and I want to thank you for coming today. I know the weather was a little bit challenging, and there is a Super Bowl going on tonight, so, but I'm really pleased that we finally got to do this concert, because originally we were supposed to do it quite some time ago, and it kept getting postponed and rescheduled. So I'm glad we finally got to have this event. It's probably been a year and a half waiting to be able to play for you all, so I'm glad you were able to come out today and enjoy some music. And if you want to talk to me, have any questions after the program's over, I'll be up here. I'll put my mask back on, and feel free to come up and ask away, because I know a lot of people probably that are here have not seen solo handbells before, and you might have some questions about the bells or about solo handbell ringing, and I'd love to talk to you. So thank you for enjoying a little bit of time with me. B flat. I need to be flat. Do this. I get a workout.
I hope to see you next month. Bye.
That's it, that's her preset right there.
I get it.
How it's they need to look at each other.
Yeah, you all,
That's why her, because her D7.
yeah, y'all have, y'all, the church has Walmart and she has shoulders.
Yeah. She needs to polish hers again.
It looks better than ours.
All the ones that we bought.
Just too short.
But see, I'm sitting over here so I can see it all.
Mill Mountain, I think.
And now she's like,
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, but Debra.
I think I'll get this.
We all come over and polish behind that. I don't have the patience.
No thanks, no thanks.
Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is send Debra an email and say, to my belt, all right, let's have a pizza party wants to, polish.
Yeah.
I'll buy the pizza.
That's what we normally do. We have a polishing bar. She sends out pizza and soft drinks and or whatnot, and we sit polishing.